Okay, everybody. Okay, okay. Everybody in front of me, behind me, and in YouTube. Maybe even out of YouTube. How are y'all doing? Okay, me, me. Okay, let's do this with a drink. I'm not assuming you have a drink because maybe you don't. But if you want a drink, go and get one. And let's bring down the other one. And let's go on the go. Okay. And let's bring the elephant out into the living room here. How parents are usually right. How parents are usually wrong and dead wrong about your love life, like who you end up with, or vice versa. And while we're at it, breaking down the analysis. You heard that right? Breaking breaking down the analysis of um of what goes on with the other end of this sentence. Yeah, no. While we're at it here, breaking down the analysis, or or the third or the, or the third wall of of um of your love life and your future. Well, let's just take it right from the top here. How's it going? For, First of all, your love life. First of all, your future comes from the past. And you can't do a past without having a past somewhere before you. Okay, let's break this right down. The pike. Your love life. Your your past depends on the future, and the future depends on whatever you make of it. Not what your parents can make of it, but you. So okay, let's do this. As long as no fire hydrants go off in here, um, or anything weird, um, other than my face, which is pretty weird. Um, so, like it's not your parents' future that usually comes up when they're talking about your future. They're talking about your future, getting you completely and horribly confused. Like it's bad enough, like like it's confusing and bad enough that puberty has to come around the corner and snatch you and and break down the and break down the and break down the parent from the parent, because this is puberty, voice changing, hair growing everywhere, body going through 100 different venom, body going through more stages than body going through more stages your body going through more stages than your underwear in one single day or one single week. And well, Whoa! Smells from the upstairs. They're coming down here. Smells from the kitchen. Uh, like upstairs. They're coming down here. Anyways, okay. Um, Easter is getting planned around here. Anyway, a happy Easter, by the way. Yeah. Um, okay. So let's make a note of this that that puberty is the beginning of the end of a new beginning for you. There is no past. There is no planning your future from the outside. That's your job. Okay, what your what your what your parents what your parents do is according to their future. Flip the page. Sorry, flip the page. Okay, just flip it right over. Your your future depending on you. That's right. The one individual, which is you, is also is planned out by you, and ones that you figure or know that you want to include to help you with it. Like I'm not giving out any lollipop answers and saying, well, your siblings can do it, be your helpers, or anything like that. This is up to you and who you think would be a good ally or allies, or what you know would be a good ally or allies to help you conjure up the vision, the idea that you have to end up on that scale. It's okay. So, your future is taken care of. However, your love life however, your love life. Ooh, scary word. Also a very scary reality. Horribly scary, actually. But rather to say is that you can't. But I'm not trying to tell you that you shouldn't go for it. Go for it with whoever comes into your radar, or your matchmaking. Your matchmaker. Depending on who that is. Depending on who that is, you don't want to be dating a serial killer. You do not want to be dating a serial killer, or any type of killer, or any kind of killer. Like you gotta have specifics. You gotta have an idea of how you give yourself to another person, and I'm talking about I'm talking about a woman here. I'm not talking about a guy. I'm talking about a woman. Nature's final. Nature's finest answer to everything that goes. Nature's finest answer to where your parents have no real claim on or over. The 10 minutes. That's your claim and your claim only. But it never hurts to introduce the girlfriend to the parents. Never hurts. Just try to keep in mind that your parents have a different idea for your future. They have a different idea of what your life is going to look like in general, and it's not up to them. That's up to you and the girlfriend, depending on how deep the relationship is, you know. And this is going, and this is entirely going out to anybody who's got a girlfriend, or at least a partner in the woman field. You know, that's up to you, and them that cannot be up to the individual parents, because the individual parents have a different idea, a different motive. They have a different motive, and it's not entirely the motive that you have. You know, they're thinking of something over there. You're thinking of something over here. Okay, let's get that straight. The parent, the parents were you, the parents were helpful when, like when you were a lot younger. I'm not saying they're not helpful now. I'm not saying that. What I'm trying to tell you, what I'm trying to say is that parents, and you know, that you have the arterial motive and the vision and the ideas in how you want it to go through. And if it doesn't go through, well, at least you have, a backup. At least you have a vision back here that you can feed off of. You know, like behind your brain. Behind your brain. The idea. Meanwhile, the idea in front of your brain is going, okay, I got a pretty good idea here. I got a pretty good idea. I've got a pretty good motive. Sorry, motive. I I I need to stick with that, or I want to need to stick with that. Like I mean, like and this even goes for girlfriends that don't have a guy friend yet, or a partner in the guy field. You know, you know, they don't they don't have you don't necessarily have to be a boyfriend and girlfriend. They just need to be really amazing friends. That at some point might want to cross over the ravine, that that idea oriented, you know, the bridge, you know, the bridge on the other side of the bridge that you're on right now. You know, that's that's there. That's that's going up the stairs, coming back from up the that's going up the stairs of the situation, that's coming downstairs of the situation to figure out if you got the right situation going. Or even worse. Got my mojo working. You know? Like, and there again, like you need to have a material a certain mojo to work off of. Got my mojo working. And yeah. Like you need a material, like you need kind of a laryngitis uh, type of thinking. You know, like it doesn't, like it does work. Like it doesn't work. Like it does work until you use the tools to make it work. And right when you do that, it's like a whole other ballpark. Whole other ballpark. There's no turning back, because now you're using. There's no turning back now, because now you got the tools and the toolbox to make that relation work. No turning back now, son. There's no turning back now, my son. There's no turning back now, son. You're in it. Once you use the tools once, you're going to be using them again. You know? So that's, stick with the original idea here, Like unless you're planning to smack the girlfriend in the back of the head with a crowbar, you got a different. Like unless you're picking up, like unless you're using a crowbar to make this relationship work with whatever girlfriend or friend who wants to go further than that, unless you got a crowbar, unless you're working in this relationship with a crowbar, there is no way that a parent could get in the way of what this what this idea of thinking is going on for. Parents have been married for years. Sorry, parents have been married a lot longer than they're able to think around the idea of you doing that yourself. So be quiet about it. Just no. Yeah. So technically, what I'm trying to say is the parents have their own IQs of how things should go, and you have your own IQs of how things should go. You know, let's not let's not come out let's not use every tool in the toolbox to make the relationship work here. You you have a idea in your head and you want to stick with it. You know, so I'm sorry. So I'm sorry about that, parents. Really sorry about that, parents. But I've already got a motive. It's not working so far yet, but it's going to work because I got the tools. I got the tools to to somewhat help it to come out of the you know like it's like I'm in the attic and I'm building a ladder to come down. It's like I'm in the attic and I'm building the stairs to of the relationship with the girlfriend that I got, and and I don't need a surprise at the bottom when I get to the bottom. Like just you know, you got to have that in. You gotta have that way of thinking. Like the parents, the parents' ideas are nice, they're cool, but they don't work in this scenario. You are working it out with whatever girlfriend, and and if the girlfriend's parents are in pursuit, now here's now that now here is where things might get a little, you know, the at least the girlfriend's parents you could go to if you needed some much guided uh, guidance. But it's better if you just stick with the girlfriend, because what if the girlfriend has an entirely different idea than her parents, right? You got to be able to mingle that together. You got to be able to have that mingling together. Not, you know, like I'm not talking about like little Bo Peep here. I'm not talking about that storybook stuff. Even though, even though that storybook stuff can help you in this, relationship building with whatever girlfriend or girl-oriented partner. I'm not saying storybook characters can't come out of the blue and start messing with your love life so they can help you make it work. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is be be aware that you and either the partner that the girl oriented partner or the girlfriend or the girl who you have a love interest in. Now here's here's where I didn't say. Now here's what I didn't say yet. Here's where I didn't just. Here's where I didn't just. Hit you over the head with it. The love interest is important because maybe that love interest, just maybe, and usually it doesn't work. Usually it doesn't work. But sometimes you can navigate that type of relationship. Is that there's a girl out there for you that you just maybe you're a fan of their YouTube channel. Maybe you're trying to get in touch with them like in media, like direct messaging or whatever. If they're a love interest, then at least you have some more comfort. To think. You have more space and comfort to think. With a love interest, because a girlfriend is a very different person altogether. It's better if you have a love interest, Yeah, and it's probably a lot safer because now you can think on what to say to them before you say it, and then there you can be able to start the process of making the stairs to the ladder, which is the third and fourth and fifth runner. You know, you gotta be able to, not really push, but gently, you know, put the pieces together and form a puzzle. You know, you got to be able to make the puzzle before you can make the relationship, because the puzzle actually is the relationship before it's all put together. You're going to be able to put the pieces together and think it through. Think it through once, twice. You know, you can't just leave it. You got to build. You got to put the puzzle pieces together and make sure that every piece is able to go in before it becomes the relationship that you're looking for, or trying to build. So that so when you think of it, so when you think about it that way, the love interest is a more powerful. Um, so when you think about it that way, the love interest is way more like a Bob the Builder type, right? You're putting it together. You're putting the tools. You got the tools. You got the toolbox, and then you got to find ways to, okay, what tools should I be using to build this? You know, and the love interest is the safest girlfriend you could think, is the safest way into that girlfriend stuff, because you gotta start somewhere in the girl and guy spectrum. You know, you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to break it down. Sorry, you're gonna be able to put the puzzle pieces together to form the relationship, because that's it. The puzzle is the relationship, but it's not the relationship yet until you put the pieces together. Once you got that figured out and put together, then you can start the process of building that kind of relationship. Because it starts from a puzzle. It starts from a puzzle. You know, it's a relationship, but it's not together yet. You're gonna put it together and think and able to think about how you're putting it together. With each puzzle piece, and then once it's all together, once you got it figured out and put together, once you got the puzzle, which is the relationship piece, together, because that's what this is. That's what this is. The relationship is the puzzle, but it's not. But the pieces have not been put together yet. You got to put the pieces together, and then as soon as you do that, the relationship goes. Now you got something, because you thought things through. You put the puzzle together, which is the relationship. Now, uh, now you got to get through the friendship part. There's a level called friendship. So if you know, and as soon as you got that kind of like going for a couple of years, maybe 4, 5, 6, 7 years, it doesn't have to last 7 years. You could cross over that boyfriend and girlfriend thing within the fifth year, or within the fourth year at least. Of being friends. The thing is, you got to be a friend longer than you've been a. The thing is, you got to be a friend longer than. The thing is, you got to be a girlfriend. The thing is, you got to be able to be a friend longer than a boyfriend or girlfriend. Because if you got a friendship going there, there's where it starts. There's where it starts. You gotta be able to have a friendship. You know, having no thoughts of getting married, having no thoughts of having kids, having no thoughts about anything but getting to know each other. And, you know, like, I mean, if you become a boyfriend and girlfriend couple within 17 weeks, okay, great, great, great idea to go for 17 weeks without doing any kind of that romantic mumbo jumbo, you know, which is mumbo jumbo, by the way, because, well, you got to be able to know each other well enough. You got to be able to know each other well enough to make that move. You can't just be like, hey, you're great, hey, you're beautiful, would you like to be my girlfriend? That's just got, you know, that's just plain scary, like fairy tale theater scary. You know, you gotta not be like a jackrabbit on a hot plate. You gotta not, you can't be like a jackrabbit on a hot plate when it comes to this. You gotta think things through. You gotta build a friendship and keep building that friendship for at least 17, 17 months, maybe a year and a half, maybe 2 years, and then make that move to the boyfriend and girlfriend if both parties are going for that. So, hope this has been a satisfiable thing here, a video. Hoping you mind if I'm playing with my hair on YouTube here. And I will smoke you later, smell you later, and I'll see you later.